Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Baby. Enjoy this great game.
All the evil that has ever existed in the world is in those eyes. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. And today we're talking about Commissioner Manfred, who speaks and says expanded playoffs staying. What a shock. Rules changes, vaccine expectations, and more. Let's check it out. And we'll see what I got to say. It might go on a little rant, might not. Let's find out how things go as I read this article with y'all. Starting with the expanded postseason. In it, the most surprising and impactful comments, Manfred said that he thinks the expanded postseason is likely to stay after this season. In other words, the expanded postseason is going to stay after this season. I think there's a lot to commend it, he said, of the structure, and it is one of those changes I hope will become a permanent part of our landscape. Permanent part of the landscape that more than half of the teams in Major League Baseball make the playoffs. More than half. I understand back in the day when it was just the National League champion and the American League champion going to the World Series, that was not the best way. So we made playoffs. That was awesome. That's how it was when I was a kid, and it seemed fine. But we decided, man, let a few more teams in. Let's have a wild card, okay? So that a team can't win 103 games like the Giants in 93 and not make the playoffs. Great. Let's add a wild card team. Cool. We now got 3 divisions. East, West, Central, and the winner of each of those divisions goes to the playoff plus a wild card. So if you had a really awesome year but just didn't happen to win your division, you're in too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 4 teams in each league make the playoffs. Love it. No, we're going to add a second wild card team. We're going to add a second wild card team. Is that really necessary? One game? One game? So you're telling me a team that won 80 games can beat a team that won 90 games in a one-game series, and the team that won 80 games moves on? Okay. Well, you think it brings excitement with that one-game playoff? I don't like it, but you know what? Fine. Let's do it, okay? 2 wild card teams. Now more than half of the teams get into the playoffs. For this year, okay, but it's sticking. And as you can tell, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of more than half the teams making the playoffs. Are you kidding me? It does say that what's not entirely clear is whether he's talking about specifically this year's extremely expanded postseason, which seemed a necessity based on the short season and the desire to recoup lost money. This year we have 16, and I believe that's what he's talking about. That's what they were discussing beforehand, and they used this COVID-19 season to make it happen now, and he's not going to let go of it. It's sticking. It made sense this year for a variety of reasons, but set against a 162-game regular season, it's nonsense to have more than half the league making the playoffs if you hope to preserve some semblance of importance in the regular season. Thank you! With that many playoff entrants, the desire to incrementally improve your team goes way down. The value of middle-tier players goes down even further, and what you gain in keeping more teams in the race might be lost by making half the season extremely boring for the fans of clearly good teams. Great point. Great point. If you're a team like the Dodgers, if you're a team like the Yankees typically, if you're a team even like the Rays or the A's, what the hell do the fans care? You're checked out in May. You're like, dude, okay, well, it's fun. Baseball's back. It's April. We're loving it. Now it's May. Okay, now we're bored. When do the playoffs start? Holy shit, 5 months? You have nothing to worry about. You're easily in. It's like basketball. It's that the regular season is meaningless. The regular season is boring. You just wait for the playoffs unless you're a huge basketball fan, because you pretty much already know the teams that have a chance to win it all. And those teams are going to be 100% in the playoffs easily because everyone's in the playoffs in the NBA, and now it's going to be like that for baseball. And I absolutely hate it. And to me, it's not necessary because 162 is such a long season that even if you're just okay, you're still going to be in a race. Those 2 wild cards, like even the Giants last season, were in a race, in a wild card race in July. And they did not trade away Bumgarner. They didn't trade away Will Smith because we knew we had a chance. So it just goes to show, if you play good baseball, just decent baseball, you're going to be in a race for a wild card. You know, and that's all you can ask. So most cities are still going to be in a race. Yeah, you might fall out in July. You might fall out, in August. Okay, then fine, you fell out. But to let every single team that has a halfway decent year in the playoffs, what's the point of the regular season? What's the point? Moreover, all those problems are exacerbated if there's no incentive to actually win your division, and there would be zero. I mean, I just don't know why we have to keep expanding. When is enough? When do you leave well enough alone and say, okay, it's fine? Are you kidding me? Why even have the damn regular season? Let's just start the playoffs. Everyone's in. I mean, it's just insane, man. I mean, I don't know. I know some people are going to be for it, but I'm not, okay? As for other rule changes this year, Manfred did not commit to making any of them changes permanent for now. That has to be negotiated with the players, but you know that once it's in place, it's going to be easier for them to say, hey, you guys did it, and how did it work? How'd you guys like that runner at second? Pretty cool, right? Runner at second in extra innings, huh? Not bad, huh? Universal designated hitter is probably coming. I mean, I already knew that. It's here now. We're doing it, and you know what? I never wanted it. I'm a National League guy. I like not having it. I like the strategy that comes with having the pitcher hit, but it's coming, so I can accept that. Not going to rant about that. 7-inning doubleheaders. I don't like Little League games in the big leagues. I'm sorry. I don't like it. For this year, it's a crazy season, and, you know, it was like fine at that point. There had been so much crap. It was like whatever, but it honestly is, it's pathetic to have a major league game, an official game that counts, go 7 innings. Like it's freaking Little League. And partially why I'm mad about it is that the Giants suck at it and have lost every freaking game big time that has been 7 innings. We suck at doubleheaders, especially when they're 7 innings. This ain't the Little Leagues. This particular writer says that it's been pretty much fine, and moreover, I'd add that if you made them part of the scheduling process, it would give you so much more flexibility. You know what? It's fine, but a baseball game's 9 innings long. A baseball game is 9 innings. These are major league games, top of the top, best of the best. You're not going to go play a round of golf that's 16 holes instead of 18 in the PGA Tour or in the Masters or something. Hey, we get done quicker if it's 16 instead of 18. Well, no shit, you'd get done quicker. That's not the point. It's 18 holes, 9 innings, 4 quarters, 2 halves, whatever the sport might be. That's the way it is. Gives you 3 times through that lineup minimum. When you make it 7, you don't get that 3rd time through the lineup. It's not the way baseball's meant to be in Little League. Okay, it's Little League. This ain't Little League. This is the major leagues, okay? F 7-inning games. And then there's the starting runner at second base thing. This person says that they were vehemently opposed to the rule change when it started in the minor leagues, as was I. Still am, but I'm getting a feeling that this writer's going to say it's okay now. It was clear that it was being tested as a possible MLB rule. It just feels so artificial. I mean, I know most rules are artificial when you first create them, but this one felt especially off. That said, it's been less bad than I expected. I don't hate it as much as I expected, and the way teams operate in those innings has not been as boring and rote as I expected. Sometimes you don't really know how something's going to look until it plays out. You know what? That said, times 2, I probably wouldn't want to see it happening in the 10th inning in a normal season. Maybe you play a regular 10th inning and then if still tied, no. No. Get the F rid of it. You don't start a runner at second base who didn't earn their way there. I don't know how much more I can rant about this. I don't know how much more I can complain about it, but I will continue to do so until this rule is completely abolished from the game. It is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe we are gone there. Games that count. A runner starts on second base who didn't earn their way there, who can score so easily. It is absolutely pathetic. It is terrible to have that in the major leagues. I'll never change my mind on that. I don't know what baseball is going to look like, say, in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. I can't explain. Who knows how many rant videos I'll have to make over the years. But, yeah, and then we have vaccine expectations. Manfred said what our experts are telling us is that they expect by the time we resume play in the spring, we will have a widely distributed vaccine. I hope they're right about that. The virus controls everything. Do we have a vaccine? Are we seeing spikes? Et cetera, et cetera. It's crazy because when this thing was, first happening in March and, spring training got delayed, I don't think anybody, at least I wasn't, thinking that this could possibly still be going on into 2021. Even late 2020, I thought that it was going to be something that delayed, possibly canceled the season. But by 2021, things were going to be completely back to normal. Yeah, we don't know. This is going to be a big point of conversation going forward. But I think that they will start allowing fans in the games next year, the regular season, even if it's something weird like, masks or social distancing. we're going to be able to go to games next year. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to predict that. But, hey, could be wrong on that. We'll wait and see. But I don't think that they can go through another season with no fans. I don't think they can handle that financially. I don't think it's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. But as for the rule changes and the expanded playoffs, F all that. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. Hate it. Absolutely. And let me know what you guys think, though, about all this crap. And we'll continue to follow the rule changes. We'll continue to follow this evil man's lifelong dream to absolutely destroy the game of baseball. So please stop stealing my joy, Rob Manfred. Please find another job. I don't care what you do. Do something else. See you guys next time. See ya! Thank you so much for checking out that video. This is Eric, and if you're a fan of Humm Baby Baseball, please check out our store at humbabybaseball.com/store. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have hats, and we have much more on the way, so you can check out everything we have right there, including the Umpire Strikes Back, one of our many t-shirts. So I would really appreciate if you guys could check that out. Have a fantastic day. We're going to talk to you later.
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.